welcome to the sideboard one last time here at the StarCityGames.com Team Open in Columbus, part of the SCGCOL, brought to you by Twitch and Ultimate Guard. Nick Miller alongside our Team Open champions, Victor Logan, Lucas Parson, Eric Shoopman. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Big shout out to Legacy Modern. We will be talking to you, but like week one standard is the name of the game,
Yeah,
so we're going to talk to Eric for a few here to start things off. Top 8, dwindled down to top 4. It was 2 red decks, 2 Selesnya tokens deck. Selesnya in the mirror in the finals. How did you end up on that deck, and how did it feel this weekend?
Well, when the spoilers came out, there were just like a ton of really sweet Selesnya cards. When did we start working on it? Like a couple weeks ago.
Pretty much around the time that Todd Stevens started talking about it and streaming with it.
Yeah,
He's a smart guy.
I watched all of his streams to
So you knew all the tech from his side.
Yeah, it's just it was pretty powerful. It seemed like it had a decent red matchup. It seemed like it was good against all of the green-black decks. Control was kind of rough. I played against several Teferi decks over the weekend, so like the mass amount of sweepers is just kind of hard to fight through. But I pulled it out against Rawson twice, once to the winning end and then in the semifinals. So I don't know, deck felt great.
How does it feel going forward? Is this a deck that once people kind of know what's going on, they're going to have answers for it? Or do you think, maybe the red deck still demands so much of attention that maybe you guys are, going to be just as strong going forward?
Yeah, well, the red deck is very good. I think, like, tokens is powerful. I think it can be exploited, though, because, like, I don't know, playing against that many rats is it's just kind of tough. But I think it's powerful enough that you can actually do that, so I don't know, it's probably in a good spot.
Okay, let's move on to the modern seat. Humans, seems like every time we run one of these team events, the humans pilot is in the middle and is always holding a trophy at the end. How did it feel this weekend, and was there any impact from Guilds of Ravnica? I think Assassin's Trophy, maybe Risk Factor could show up. Did you see any new cards? How did the format feel?
I only played one new card in the deck, I believe. I played the Tajik in the main. And I only played one. I basically don't like Militia's Buglers.
You played 2 not about them.
Because Bugler's slow, it's not aggressive, it's not hasty, it doesn't attack. And your deck is just trying to disrupt as much as you can until you can just kill them. I saw Assassin's Trophy a lot, and to be honest, the card was medium versus humans because humans have so many threats. I think giving them lands to play 2 spells on turn 3 it's actually bad for them. So a lot of people played Trophy versus me, and it was not great.
Right, Knight of Autumn as well.
Knight of Autumn was, the card was great.
Quite the upgrade in the sideboard.
You're bringing in like a Hollow One, Burn, any enchantments and artifacts. The card's great. Does a lot of different things in different matchups.
Legacy seat, we've seen this Grixis deck time and time again. Yeah. Did you use the Blood Moon tech from a couple weekends ago, or is that something you've been doing for a while?
In the sense that I copied Jonathan Rossum's 75. Yes.
All right. Well, the Blood Moon looked pretty good in the finals there, off camera against Jody, landed at game 3. It was pretty much the knockout punch.
I beat a lot of Cloud Post decks this weekend. I think I was 4 or 5-1 against them, and Blood Moon definitely carried a lot of weight. Basically, him to Turok and Blood Moon were what made that matchup palatable, apparently. I thought it was unwinnable, but it kept kind of coming out okay. So,
what about the Assassin's Trophy for you? That was kind of like the only real Legacy slated card.
I didn't play against it any. I saw it in play a couple of times, and it's nice that it gives, I think I mentioned it on the sheet, but it gives Sultai an answer to Jace the Mind Sculptor, which is historically pretty problematic. But other than that, I think it's just kind of another role player. It's something that maybe a combo deck could have in the sideboard instead of a Rub Decay, various things like that. I expect to see it in small numbers pretty much for the rest of Legacy's lifespan.
Sure. All right, so you guys are the champions. Is there any defining moments or any cool thing you can think back on the weekend that was really memorable?
The guy.
You got a few stories.
We had a couple of situations that were kind of a 1 in a million, people missing lines or things like that. That I think makes all the difference in these kind of tournaments. A lot of times someone accidentally leaving themselves dead in a complicated board state, things like that. And it didn't come up a ton, and in general all our opponents were actually really good and our matches were really close. But those are kind of the stories you remember when somebody makes an attack that they don't realize, leaves himself dead or things like that. But it's a long weekend and there were a lot of dramatic top decks on mostly our part.
Any final thoughts or any shout outs here?
Too many. It's a little overwhelming, but my phone's been blowing up. I'm sure I got a lot of thank yous to pass out, but it's been a great weekend and I have some excellent teammates, so very, very happy with them and all my friends that stayed after the tournaments were over to cheer us on and everything.
All right, well, we'll let them get home, you guys home as well. Congratulations one last time here in Columbus. Going to ship it back over to Ryan Mathias to close it out.